What's going on, my movie friends? This is Tommy Knocker, the movie guy, coming at you. Today, guys, wacky theories and questions about Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. Spoiler warning for this movie? I hate it. It sucks. It's terrible, guys. It's awful. This movie broke my 12-year-old heart. When this movie came out the summer of 1989, I was so excited to see it. It did not come to my theater. 1989 was a huge drop-off from horror movies from 1988. All three movies came to my theater, my small town. But the following year, 1989, nothing. No Jason Takes Manhattan, no Halloween 5, no Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Child. Major jump down from the 1988 movies. My opinion, I think you guys too. So let's take a look at the first question. It's a survey question. We how these go, the community poll.
Why did you get on the boat? I wanted to know,
what New York City site, attraction did you want to see Jason in this movie? We already know the whole story. And with these questions, I'm not going to get into the water and the ocean in New York and where do all the kids go on the ship. We've already been through all that. But I wanted to know, what site did you want to see? We have Statue of Liberty wins at 51%. That's not a shock right there. You also have Madison Square Garden, Brooklyn Bridge, Empire State Building. I think Madison Square Garden was really the most interesting, in my opinion, just because of the boxing scene. We would have gotten the boxing scene from Julius at Madison Square Garden. That would have been kind of cool. We just didn't have the budget for it. Do it again. Would you guys like to see a reboot of Jason Takes Manhattan, but now with a proper budget? Could you see him at the New York Knicks? The New York Knicks tonight, guys. Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Jason should be there. But Statue of Liberty wins at 51%. And you can see him falling off the Statue of Liberty. He falls off the Statue of Liberty and he still gets up, still does his killing. Or that probably would have been his demise, right? That would have been the ending, him falling off the Statue of Liberty? I don't know. Who knows? All right, here we go into some of these wacky questions and theories. First question. I'm always asking this, guys, where are we in this timeline? Where are we? And this is the one that really confuses me. Because Rennie, when she's a kid, she's telling the story, when her Uncle Charles pushed her in the water, you know, that whole scene, they're at Camp Crystal Lake. And she envisions a young Jason pulling her down. Did that really happen? Because the timeline doesn't make sense. Jason drowned in the 1950s. Even if he was down there, Rennie would be... This is like in the 1990s, guys. Actually, if my calculations are correct, this is like the class of 1999, 2000 here in Jason Takes Manhattan. The timeline is just wacky. But it still doesn't make sense how Rennie is a small child and Jason's a small child at the same time. Age-wise, it just doesn't make any sense. So, timeline-wise, where are we? Can somebody please explain it to me? Next. Okay. So, Uncle Charles, okay, Rennie went to go live with him. He says she didn't have a stable life till she went to live with him. He's a good uncle. Is he really the uncle, though? But anyway, I always kind of speculated. He's always very nervous around people around her. Like, he almost doesn't want her to say too much. And we know that he did the drown, like he pushed her in the water, but that's not that. I mean, it's a big deal, but it's not. He put her back in the boat. He wanted to teach her about swimming. Yeah, it's a morbid, weird way to do it, but a lot of people do it that way. If you're scared of something, like swimming, they kind of just push you in the water and see what happens. He didn't know Jason was down there. He didn't plan all that. But I also think there's a part of him that gives me that ill feeling. You know I'm talking about. I'm not going to speculate too much, but the fact that he's so nervous about people being around his niece, and he's raised her since she was little. Ew. I think you know where I'm going with that. I hope not. I just think he's just an overprotective creep. But then again, look what happens with Tamara. She's not a young girl. I mean, she is a young girl. She is a kid. She is a kid in this movie, guys. She is a high school senior. So if he's capable of that, who knows? I don't know. Next.
Why did you get on the boat?
Yeah, why did he get on the boat in the first place in the beginning of the movie with Jimmy and Susie after he kills them? And how does Jimmy have a axe mark on his hockey mask just like Jason does? But he miraculously, this coincidence, has a Jason hockey mask on the boat. After he kills them, he stays on the boat. Why didn't he stay at Crystal Lake? That's his domain. Would you like to see a scene where maybe after he kills them, he comes up on the shore and there is no more Camp Crystal Lake, guys. It's abandoned. It's gone. There's nothing there. And he just gives this look like, okay, gets on the boat, and then he tries something different. But we can clearly see in the movie that there's still cabins there. There's still something there. So what would make him get on that boat and stay on the boat in the first place? There's no reason to. Camp Crystal Lake is his home, his domain. Maybe there's nobody left to kill. Maybe Pamela's like, you know what? Spread your wings, my son. Spread your wings. We need to go somewhere else to kill. But that destroys the whole revenge of the camp counselors in Crystal Lake. But it had to be done. You had to do something different. And it didn't come together. But I applaud the you're trying. You know. Next. Okay. In the video game, he can teleport. There's guys, he can teleport. There's no debate on this one, especially in Jason Takes Manhattan. Maybe he explains it a little bit in other movies. I don't know. It's not so much in this one, but he's chasing Uncle Charles. All of a sudden, he comes up in the building, throws him through the window. That kid that climbs up in the boat, and he just happens to be behind him and throws him off the stairs. The dance scene. Or the dance club area, and he keeps teleporting to all different areas of the room. Guys, Jason can teleport. Why not? Why not? What is Jason, guys? He's more than just a zombie, right? I don't know, but there's definitely the speculation. And Manhattan really proves it, that Jason can teleport. What do you think?
Why was I only after Rennie in New York City?
Why was he so... This really, the only thing about this, well, no, it's not the only thing, but Manhattan, what kind of ruins for Jason going there is, why didn't he attack anybody else? You think this would be a smorgasbord for Jason with all these people and all these victims and bodies, but he's going after Rennie and Sean. Why? What did they do that they didn't really do anything to Jason that's any different? He just wants to kill. What's so personal about Rennie? Does he remember Rennie when she was a kid? I mean, come on, what are we doing here? All these people that he could kill, and he's just walking past them. Nobody has a reaction to him. I get it's New York City, and it's crime everywhere, and there's murderers and criminals. But look at him. You're not going to bat an eyelash at that walking down the street? But I always wanted to know, why was he so fixating on catching them? He has all these people to kill, and he just keeps on walking. So disappointed in that scene. Could have been better. Could have been like the scene in Jason vs. Freddy when they're at the rave and he's just killing people left and right. Well, how cool would that have been at Times Square? Oh, I wish they had the budget. Next. Was her seeing Jason as a little boy one of her hallucinations? Throughout the movie, she does hallucinate quite a bit. She keeps saying young Jason, and young Jason keeps changing. Good Lord. Oh my God, Manhattan's so bad, guys. This is such a bad movie. Jason keeps changing. 1 minute he's deformed and bald. Next minute he's a regular kid with hair, a chubby kid. But her seeing him change into Jason, the young Jason at the end, was it hallucination? Was she still high? Those druggies drugged her. Was this hallucination? Was her an effect from the drugs? I don't know. What do you guys think? Was Jason a little boy? So stupid. So stupid. Next.
Does toxic waste come through New York City sewers?
So we're supposed to believe... I'm 12 years old. Guys, I've never been to New York City. I know it's pathetic. I live in upstate New York, too. It's pretty sad that I've never been to New York City. But I want to know, is that supposed to be a thing? That the sewers from New York City every night at midnight are clogged with toxic waste. Toxic waste just comes down in the sewers every night at midnight in New York City? They're really painting New York City to be really dumpy. It is dumpy, I get it, but Jesus, guys, toxic waste every night at midnight? That's the best you could do with the writing? You had to put New York City on blast like that? Wow. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm 12 years old. I don't know anything about sewers and toxic waste and shit. I'm like, that's kind of cool, but now that you're looking back on it, it's pretty ridiculous. It doesn't surprise you with this movie at all. Now let's get into some theories. Since we're talking about toxic waste, here's the theory. Yes, Toxic. What if Toxic Avenger and Jason cross paths? No ticky, no washy. You know what I mean? Or even just before that, but now that Jason has been exposed to the power of toxic waste, we don't know still, did that really change him to a kid? Or just for like a little bit? I don't know, guys. I still say no, it was hallucination. So Jason now has toxic waste on him. Either it's going to waste him away, or it gives him even more superpowers. Would he join Toxic Avenger? Would he join the Toxic Crusaders? Or would he be an enemy? Stupid little theory, but with him and the toxic waste and stuff, and it always made me think of the Toxic Avenger. And maybe there's a connection with the Ninja Turtles and Splinter. Maybe the poor Splinter down there was waiting for the Ninja Turtles, and he got the toxic waste and killed them. I don't know. Next. Yes. I can't take total credit for this theory. I've seen this theory a few times, and it does make sense. In Jason Goes to Hell, in the beginning of the movie, the FBI are after him. SWAT, FBI, everybody, CIA. They're all after Jason Voorhees. Why now? Why? You know, he's a murderer, sure, but it's a small camp for years, and the FBI haven't done anything about it. Not even the local police in Crystal Lake have done anything about it, let alone the FBI. So why are they after him now? The events of New York City, him being seen in public and causing this, caused the attention of the FBI in the next movie. And that's why they had to set him up. Word got back that he's heading back to Camp Crystal Lake, and they set him up because of what happened in New York City. They got the profile. They found out what happened to him. And look at the most wanted poster. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that little... It looks like a jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, he may look like a jack-o'-lantern. So what do you guys think of that? The FBI is after Jason. And Jason Goes to Hell because of what happened. And Jason Takes Manhattan. And my last theory is... the pen that the teacher gives Rennie is supernatural. It's Stephen King, for God's sake. He wrote books in high school with that magical pen. Now, the pen could be either a negative or positive thing for Jason Voorhees. When she stabbed him in it, did it give him more powers? Did it make him even stronger? Or maybe it did slowly make him weaker, and it did slowly make him into the kid version that we see at the end. Either way, that pen that Rennie has is supernatural in some way or form, because it used to belong to the iconic Stephen King. So what do you guys think of my questions and theories I have about Jason Takes Manhattan? It's a bad movie, guys. It's so bad. I know there's a lot of those that love it and have a fond love of it, but I just don't get it, guys. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh well. Please like and subscribe. Stab that notification bell. See you soon.